Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, I'm going to continue reviewing the Crocodile Dundee movies. And of course, in this particular video, I'm going to be discussing the 1988 sequel, the original Crocodile Dundee film, which of course is aptly titled Crocodile Dundee II. So of course, Paul Hogan and Linda Kozlowski. Of course, this movie takes place, of course, actually 2 years after the original movie. And this movie takes a completely, totally different tone from the original film. The original film, I thought worked because it worked as a comedy, it worked as a romantic comedy. I thought it was good. I liked it. I still like it to this day, 35 years later. I watched it a bunch of times over the years, and it's still funny. It still works. The second movie, however, was a huge disappointment because the tone was so different compared to the original movie. True, most of the characters who were in the original movie came back from this one. The guy who played Walter Riley was in this movie as well. The one who played Nugget and Donk, the two friends that Dundee has in Australia. The woman who runs the bar, she was in Australia. She was back in this film. But the only ones who didn't come back in this movie was Sue's boyfriend, who she broke up with in the original movie. He's not in this one, and neither was Sue's father. He was also not mentioned in this movie either, or not. He's not even mentioned, not shown in this film. But regardless of that, this movie is about a drug dealer named I know after I do this review, it'll probably come up with a name. It was a drug dealer who, it had to do more with Sue's ex-husband Bob, or Rico. That's the name. Louis Rico was the drug dealer, the name of the drug dealer in this film. And Bob, who was Sue's Charlton's ex-husband, who was referenced to in the first movie, he's in this one. And he's taking pictures of this drug dealer named Rico and his cocaine plant, and and Rico actually kills a guy, and Bob escapes from there. But later on, in Bob's hotel room in Colombia, he gets killed by the drug dealer, henchman. And before he does that, Bob sends a roll of film to Sue about what the film pictures he shot. Now they're in New York, and the drug dealers kidnap Sue because they want the film that Bob shot of him at the at the cocaine plant. And they really got damn my shit. God damn it. Well, anyway, they had and they kidnap Sue. Well, Dundee finds out about what's going on. He has the film with him, and he goes to the Long Island to rescue Sue, which he does. And of course, now the DEA is protecting Sue and Dundee from the drug dealers. And now they're shooting at him in the apartment. And Dundee has an idea on how to get even with these guys. And it's just him and Sue, along with Walter Riley to help him out. And unfortunately, what was ridiculous, the DEA doesn't go along with them to help to back up Dundee against these drug dealers. And which is ridiculous. Well, probably because the DEA doesn't have any jurisdiction in Australia, and so I don't know why they can't get the CIA to help Dundee in Australia, which is ridiculous. Which I don't understand. That plot point. So what happens is that they go to Australia, to the area where Nick has his little shack, his home, the land that he owns, and he inherited from his uncle. So he has all these crazy traps and stuff, and to get these drug dealers, because they have 7 guys, including Rico and his top henchman, against Dundee and Sue Charlton. So you have this going, 7-2, and then one by one, Dundee, traps one drug dealer after the other, or at least the henchman one after the other, and it comes down to a showdown. It doesn't kill any of them, unfortunately. So now you have two guys, Luis Rico and his tough henchman Miguel, against Dundee. And Rico gets killed, and the last one to die was Miguel, the henchman. He gets killed at the very end of the movie. Major spoiler. And of course, Dundee says, "Oh, you want to go home? Oh, let's go home now." And she says, "Oh, I'm already home. Here with you here." And that's how the movie ends. It's a much longer film than the original one. It's about maybe at least 15 minutes longer. But I think it's about 10 to 15 minutes longer than the original film was. So the original Crocodile Dundee film was about maybe an hour 40 minutes, or an hour 45 minutes top. This movie is about an hour 50, at least 10 minutes longer. It's about an hour 55 minutes long, and it feels longer than that. And the tone is completely. It's not as funny as the original film was. Once in a while you have a line or a scene that's funny, but those scenes are few and far between compared to the original film. The original film is not really that good. When you're talking Crocodile Dundee II, it's not really that good of a sequel. It's only a tie-in to make money off the original one, and not only that, it's when you have an interesting villain, with the drug dealers want to get revenge on Dundee because Dundee got the best of them. They rescued Sue from him, so he's a little bit pissed off and wants to get revenge. I think it's typical 1980s plot, for a movie like this. But it makes an interesting plot device, but it's still typical for the 80s, and it's really not that good. And because that the reviews were not that good for the second film, that's why it took them a long time to make the third one, and that's going to be my next review. So check it out when you see it. So that's my review of Crocodile Dundee II. Please click on the video, please rate it, please subscribe to my channel, please forward this video on your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at rallyc.com. That's all WDY, and then C.com. That's the homepage of Rally Viewer. Christine Moore. Please check out all the videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.